how we are going to tell you this part. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm opening the whiteboard so that you can have a look over it, and also it will be easy for you to see. So I'm sharing the screen. Right. Okay. Yeah. So the very first thing, three important things that we take. Okay, three important things that we have to take during this wristwatch analysis. First of all, the question of the client. Okay, and on top of that, what are we taking is going to be what is going to be our it is going to be, why is this one? Okay, yeah, it's going to be the question of the client, and it is going to be all the details. We mean the time of birth, date of birth, place of birth. But in wristwatch analysis, please ignore BBB, which means birth, because we are not dealing with the person's personal astrological chart. What do I mean? Since this is by default, what is by default? This three information in any application when you're making a Kundli, it's written by default over there. Time of birth, date of birth, place of birth. But in those three tabs, what are we going to put? We are going to put the time the question was asked, the date the question was asked, the place of the astrologer, not the client. So one of the questions for today is, my daughter has some issues in planning, or let's say my daughter has some issues in planning or in what do you say, understanding the world or self-understanding. Okay, let us take it in this way, the question. Now this question was asked to me, for example, let us take today's time period. So if it was asked to me today, this was asked to me at 7:09 my time, 7:09. So since it is, well, what is happening here? Yeah, 7:09. So my time will be 7:09 p.m. Now it depends on the app. If it needs a 24-hour clock, we will write 19:09. Date, of course, today's date. So it is going to be the 26th of July, 2026. My date, my time, because I am the astrologer, question has been asked to me. Okay. No matter where the client is in Canada, client is in India, client is in the US, no matter what time is going on in the client's place, the client may have a time in morning, like you are in the morning right now, but you're in morning and you're asking me the question, and right now it's an evening in here. I will take my time because I'm the person who is going to solve this thing. The astrologist time frame and details are taken. And thirdly, the place. So my place will be taken in here as Dubai. UAE. These three information needs to be placed in the application, which will help you to retrieve your gochar, or also known as your transit chart, which is the Kundli. Before we do that, what do? We prepare our time Kundli. So this is my Kundli chart. Into this chart, I'm going to create my time, the houses, okay. What number am I going to fix here? This is the question. When we look at the time question was asked, Every 5 minutes in a 60 minutes clock has been regarded to a zodiac. So if it is any time of a morning or a day between 0 to 4.59 seconds, that means 0 to 4 minutes. So right now at your place, Mr. Marian, it should be something 47, right? Okay.
Yes.
In India, it is going to be 17.
9:70.
Huh. Okay. So I know any time, is it even if it's 7 minutes, 7 o'clock and 5 minutes, 7 o'clock and 10 minutes, 7 o'clock and 3 minutes, we have to look at that time. So we have a chart which actually gives us the table and explains to us that this time is for Aries, which means zodiac 1. Any time between 5 to 9 minutes and 59, just 1 second before it becomes 10, is Taurus.
Yeah, Taurus.
From exactly sharp something 10 minutes, something 10 minutes. When I say something means any hour, it's 10 minutes to 14.59 is going to be Gemini, zodiac 3. 15 to 19.59 is going to be Cancer, 4. And similarly, 5 minutes is going to give you the various zodiac. Coming to this time, 7:09, which comes here, correct? Because it was 7 o'clock, but how many minutes? 9 minutes. So 9 minutes just before it becomes 10, it can be any second. It is the period of Taurus. This number helps me to write or start the numbering in my chart. So the first house, which is the Lagna house, will now be written as 2. If the question was asked to me, let's say right now, which is 7:49, technically somewhere 49 it is happening, 45 to 49.59 is which dasha? Capricorn, number 10. 50 minutes to 54.59 is Aquarius, number 11. And the last 5 minutes, that is 55 to 59.59 is Pisces. So right now it is 49 in any 12-hour country except India, if the minutes are same like me. And right now, if any question would have been asked, I would have taken Capricorn. But I think the minute has now increased, the second has finished, and right now it is exactly 50 minutes, correct? So, Mr. Marian, at your place right now, it should be something as 50.
It's 50.
Yeah, so that means can I take number 10? No, I have to take 11.
But what about the timing? Because somebody calling us, right? And
Yes.
time is moving on, basically. And maybe there is an
Just like right now.
introduction, right? We're
Yes.
talking
Yes.
through whatever.
That is acceptable. The time the call was received is regarded. Even if the introduction, hello, how are you, is taking 20 minutes.
So
When
I
you
should
go
look.
back to your mobile, what will be seen? The time of call. That it doesn't show on the mobile phone or in the message the question, the time after 20 minutes. It shows you the exact. So you might have called me at 7 o'clock and now we were conversating with each other for 50 minutes. But now the main point of the question has come after 30 minutes of call. So I will still go back and look at the first call time. Same thing applies when it comes to any messages received through social media. So you might have a long conversation, or how's your family, where are you living, or how old are you, blah, blah, blah. But when did the conversation start? The first message of hello, hi, received, that first message is being taken into account.
What about
Okay?
the timing like now? Because let's say online, see, we are online, but
Correct.
we
So
don't.
when did we
That's the
start?
problem.
When did we start?
But that's the problem because we don't know exactly because
No. That is fine. Yeah. But now when we are in online face-to-face, I will, when you're asking me a question, I can look at the time.
Oh, so when is the question? But you saying?
Yes, yes. So I can look at the time.
Yes, that's true. But you
Yeah.
just says now that when the call finish, I can go back and look at the time.
Just 1 second, Mr. Mariana. I just have a call. I'll answer that. Just 1 second. Huh?
Uh.
Hello?
Young. Metric. It means nothing.
Yeah, Mr. Marian. Sorry. Your question?
It's okay.
Yeah, tell me.
Well, because you just says two different things. They don't
Yeah.
go together. Because first you was explaining somebody give me the call, right? And I check the time when let's say call is over, what time was start the call. That's
No,
fine.
in a video call, it's a different story.
But it's a call, still is the call.
No. But still, in that case, it's a different thing because in a video call, you are asking me the question through the astrologer. So through the astrologer, the time will be this one. But then the question that has been asked to me during a telephonic call, we can look at that record of the time. Usually, that is the initial stage to be taken. Secondly, if you're wise enough that when the question was asked and you can quickly look at the time of your mobile phone, or you can quickly look at a watch near you, that can also be useful in the second process of that case.
Yeah, but if I don't look, let's say we are on the call, he gave me the call and I don't remember to write down the time, then I miss the window.
You will miss it. That is the reason. That is the reason in that to support that health, what we will do is we will take the first call.
Okay.
So you like, for example, right now you're conversating with me. When did you ask me the question? I have forgotten that, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So now what will happen since I forgot that case? I have to do what? I might have to look at the time when the call was received initially, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So same thing needs to be done in here also. I have to look. But if I was wise enough that when the conversation was taking place for 15-20 minutes, and then I can see or I can sense that you're asking me a question, and I quickly have a scene of my digital clock in this cases, then I know that the time is not been changing and it is going to be helpful in that case.
Okay. Basically, the best scenario is to write it down right away when is the question and pay attention to it. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. But until now, to be very honest, like obviously in my practices also, and all of our students, so many days practice, what has been turning up in all of these practices, what has happened is we have already received the correct timing according to how they have used the system. And that is the reason it is more easy to relate with it. Right?
I didn't get it. What you just...
I mean to say, like all my practices and the students who have given us all the practice questions from so now, they have already given us the accurate timing. And according to that timing, they have done the calculation, and we have taken the same calculation and we have redone it to make sure everything is aligned correctly. So every student's practice, like Prabjot has given so many questions, Shiraz has given, Ashita, Indira has given, all of these things we have seen, and it is completely aligned in the right track.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So now you understood why I wrote number 2 here, correct?
Yeah.
Because of the time. Then we continue anti-clockwise, our normal system, which is step 1. to complete the numbering into the place in here. Fine. Actually, I'm doing 2-3 work simultaneously. I've got a call to complete also. And yeah, clear? Lovely. Now I want you to do one thing that is going to be fulfilling the Gochar chart. Now, Mr. Marian, are you on a laptop?
I am on the screen.
Okay. So my question is, what do we say? I want you to use the Astro Sage application, of course.
Mhm.
And of course, Miss Indra and Miss Ashita will do the same. Fill in these 3 key details and create your Gochar and transit chart so that you know what we do when a Gochar transit chart comes. I'm creating it on this side and I'll copy paste it in here, but I want you to see something and I would prefer using a mobile phone in that case. Right? Yeah. Ignore seconds, but even if you get a digital clock where seconds coming, it's completely fine. But in certain cases, you can ignore. Place, you can just write Dubai in that case, because obviously I have been asked you the question. We did a trial error last class, if you will watch a recording, where the time question was asked to me, but Miss Gurveen used the Canadian time, which was a morning. So I was using my PM, she was using an AM, but the Gochar chart remained the same. So we try to do a trial error also in this case, but just to make life more easy, it would be another type of aspect just to keep in mind. Okay.
So is it AM or PM?
PM, because 19.
I think. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Miss Ashita, I hope you're going to help me with this to get the degree, huh?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, I got the chart.
All right.
If it's
Now,
correct, should be correct.
what did you get in your first chart? I want to see that.
So the first house is the 10 Pisces.
Mhm.
Number 10 Pisces.
Number 10. Yes, no Pisces. Number 10, it is supposed to show you Capricorn. Number 10 is written in the first house, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So yeah, so that's it. So your chart is correct. And you know that number 5, wherever number 5 is written, there is Ketu and Venus there, correct?
4, 5, yeah, Ketu Venus, yes.
Yes, khalas, that's it. Okay. Now, since this has been present, we know that we are completely correct and we are doing the system perfectly in there. Okay. Now, in this category, what are we supposed to do? Now we are supposed to create this chart by copy pasting all the planets here. So how will you copy paste all the planets there? Copy paste the planet. Now you cannot copy paste how? Number 5, the 5th house is what? 5th house is having Mars and Uranus, because 5th house is written as number 2. Correct?
Mhm.
But we are following number system when we are copying the planets. When I say number system, I mean in the number of 5, Ketu and Venus is written. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Ketu and Venus is written under number 5. That is the 5th zodiac, not the 5th house. It is the 8th house. When we copy planets only from zodiac to zodiac, not from house to house. Okay? Which means that right now, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to put your Venus and Ketu in this chart under number 5, which means this is number 5. I will write here Venus and I will write here Ketu. It was not supposed to write here.
Yep.
You understand?
Yep.
Yes. So now if you have your charts ready with you, you can actually recreate this whole chart and fill in the planets to compare what's happening. So you will have to write it down, okay? So Jupiter and Sun under number 4. Okay, now just give me a minute. Meanwhile, I'll just finish this work also till you guys are copy pasting. Okay, and then number 3 has Mercury.
Mercury.
Number 2 has
Mars.
Mars. Okay, we ignore Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune. Number 12 has Saturn. Number
Saturn.
11 has Rahu.
Rahu.
10 has nothing. 9 has Moon.
Moon.
8 has nothing. 7 has nothing. 6 has nothing. 5 we wrote Ketu, Venus.
Yeah.
4 we wrote Jupiter and Sun. Perfect. And yeah, I
Three
think
is
everything is
Mercury.
done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All 9 done. Fine. Now you
Yeah.
have to start your verification of vision, conjunction, and exchange. Before that, we have to identify what are the questions associated to. We knew the question what it is. So this I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do this work.
Self-confidence. He doesn't know what to do. What was the question?
Yes. Now, I hope you all have seen that what did we do? Now, Mr. Marian, till here you have understood what we have tried to recreate.
Yes.
Okay, so what did we do? According to the time asked by the question, step 1, find the lagna and put the numbers. Only putting the numbers according to the time asked, because each time is matching a specific zodiac, from where it tells you how to start your numbering from the first house. Okay. Second step is to prepare your this one Gochar chart, which is actually analyzing through what. Second process is to check your analyzing, that is to place the planet. Most common mistakes made by people is When they copy the planets, they copy according to the houses. If you look at your original Gochar chart, okay, I'll just try to copy paste in here. What do we say? Just a second. If I try to copy paste the chart here, and okay, yeah, if you look at the chart in here, sorry, people say Ketu and Venus is in this place, so I will go and put here in this place Ketu and Venus. Wrong. I'm supposed to follow the zodiac number because we are dealing everything with the zodiac. So we followed this Gochar chart, and according to this Gochar chart, we were supposed to actually place what? Place our all systems. Okay. So this is one mistake that people they do commonly, which we are supposed to ignore. Okay. We have to make sure that we put the planets according to the number. Now this one is complete, so I can delete this part. No question. Now possibility. In order to verify what and where it's going on, what do we do? Since we know that the numbers represent zodiac, this is the only exceptional case in the first instance where what will happen? One means lagna. Not one means point number one means lagna. Lagna is number 2. But I will not write here second zodiac. I'm going to consider the number written in the lagna as second house. So if it was number 3 written here, I will say third house. If number 10 was written in the lagna place, I will say 10th house. So this is the very important section that you have to keep in your mind when you're dealing with the lagna part, that what and why are we doing this? This is to check the verification of the question actually. This is to identify if the question was genuine or not, or to what association this question can be. This is what helps me to check in detail when I deal with these houses. Okay. So for example, if I talk about the first house right now, we are not dealing with the first house. So people will ask me that since number 2 is in the first house, am I not supposed to talk about the first house? No. You will only talk about the first house characteristics if number 1 was written here. Or the second option, which is going to be moon placement. If by default in your Gochar chart, moon was present in the first house, then only the reasoning will be that the question may be associated from the first house. Now, why are we doing these associations of these questions? It is because if I had some free time and I want to predict before the client asks me the question, the client has called me right now and his questions are associated with these characteristics. What do I mean? Again, to repeat this, let me tell you. Let's say the respected person didn't ask me the question, but he wants me to do a wristwatch analysis. Since I know the call was at 7:9, okay, what are the possible houses he might have asked me the question from? He may want to ask me a question. Either he wants me to ask me from the second house because number 2 is here. Lagna's lord. So who is the lord of number 2? Number 2 is Taurus.
Venus.
Who is the lord of Taurus? Venus.
Venus.
Where is Venus written right now in my chart? Here, correct?
Yeah,
Which
number
means
5.
it is which house? No, not number 5. We have to say which house? 4th house. So the
Fourth
question
house.
can be associated with the 4th house because this is called Lagnesh. The lord of the Lagna is called Lagnesh. Does your Lagnesh, which is Venus, also the ruler of another planet? Sorry, is it the ruler of another zodiac? Yes. Venus deals
Yes,
with Taurus and Venus deals with
Libra.
Libra, which is number 7. Where is number 7 written right now? Here, which means 6th house. And where is the moon placed? 8th house. So I know the question. My daughter has a panicking condition. Will it get better soon or delay? This is the question the client gave me. But what if before giving me this question, I wanted to predict the question? So Marianne called me. I know he's calling me. He'll ask me, sir, I want to ask you about wristwatch question related to wristwatch analysis. I can tell him stop for a few minutes if I want to, because I have a good connection with Marianne. He is not like my client, so I can speak to him for a longer time. I can play around. So I can say, okay, he called me at 7:09, which means his question may be associated with second house, fourth house, sixth house, or eighth house. You understand? This could
Yes.
be the possible questions. But if 99.9% of your client will directly give you the question, they will not wait for you to predict. But in the free time, you can definitely do this also. Even though you got the question, you can definitely do this just to verify that if you were asked to predict, was your prediction correct? Genuinency of the question. It's only to check the genuinency of the question. Okay? So what happens here? We need to now identify. I'm not going to the question. I'm just saying second house, fourth house, sixth house, and eighth house. What is the meaning of these houses? We just have to look at that. So when I look at these houses, okay, my second house is associated with money, income, speech, food habit, family, wealth, or values. That is the meaning of second house. If I talk about my fourth house, okay, fourth house deals with mother, learning, happiness, moral values or moral virtues, environment, we can say. We can also talk about vehicle, owning our own house. My sixth house is associated with enmities, diseases, obstacles, problems in life, job, competition, enemies. And my eighth house is associated with longevity, which is the long life, major accidents, secrets or unearned wealth from somewhere needs to turn up, or in certain cases, occult or some pain and suffering. Now you tell me, I gave you the question. Okay? Later you did this. Which place is this question actually coming under? Second, fourth, sixth, or eighth? Eighth house. Why? Because eighth house talks about pain
Pain and
and
suffering.
suffering. So in this case, Mr. Marian, even if I didn't do this thing and this is the question, I can do that. But if this question I had to recheck, it is matching one of my way of predicting because it is coming under 8,000. This is pain and suffering. Okay? Right. We can ignore this part, as I said, because 99.9% your question is being given by the client, of course. But this is only for the free time when you want to confirm and feel very confident about your answers, that what you're answering to the client is genuine. And even the question asked by the client is not wasting your time, because many people, they want to simply ask you a question to waste the time. They just made up the question. To check if their question is genuine or they made up or not, this one helps. Because if it's not matching, sometimes it means the guy is just making fun of me to waste my time. That's the reason also we do this genuineness check. Otherwise, you can simply do it in that way. Sometimes it is a legitimate question and it may not match, but there are deep meanings present which will definitely match one of the four houses.
Well, if
Okay?
they are not genuine with the question and they are paying me, it doesn't matter. They are on.
Doesn't matter. That is what. Yes, correct, correct. Because they have paid, there has to be a deep meaning. Because what explanation of meanings I'm giving you right now, that explanation of the meaning is in that short one slide, which has all the 12 zodiac. But if you go, sorry, 12 houses. But if you go to the detail of every house, it is for three pages. So deep meanings are 100% present, where you might have to, in certain cases, you will definitely deep dive into every slide of every house to check how closely is this question associated with any of the houses. You might have to look into that aspect and approach. Okay. However, since I'm giving you that short form, because I told you you all can have a printout in A4 or A3 for the last slide of the 12 houses, because all meanings are given to you in the short. That is one of the things you can keep in mind also, just for quick answer. Now we know that the question is associated with the 8th house. We can do part A and part B of our calculation. Now focus on part A. A part A means vision conjunction exchange. We need to do this. How do we do that? First, I will take the easiest, conjunction and exchange. Very easy. We first have to make a table like this. Column, table. We write here Lagna. And we write here Karunesh. Just going to give you a quick recap on the words. We did Lagna. That's the number in your first house. You know Lagnesh. This is the Lord of your Lagna. So in this case, Lagna was 2. Lagnesh is Venus, because number 2 means Taurus. Moon sign, you know where is moon placed. Does your Lagnesh have another Lagna? Yes, except for sun and the moon, there will be no four aspects, okay? Because sun and moon only deal with one zodiac. Sun is the lord of Leo, moon is the lord of Cancer. Finish. They do not have another zodiac. Rest all planets have got a second zodiac also to rule. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're here, the place was 4, there will never be second Lagna. If it was number 5 written here, there will again be no Lagna, because number 4 is Cancer and number 5 is Leo. They are only one zodiac ruled by the sun and the moon. They do not have a second zodiac. Rest any numbers come in here, we can do. Also keep in mind, we never make a chart if the call was made during the period of 10 and 11th zodiac, Capricorn and Aquarius, because these 2 zodiacs are ruled by Saturn. And if a question has been asked during the time period of 10 and 11, which is not our, the 10th zodiac and 11th zodiac, Capricorn and Aquarius, which means exactly 45 minutes of the clock till 54.59 of any hour, if your client is calling you, do not answer the call, or do not answer their question, or do not create the chart. Even if they force you to create, because they cannot call you again because they're going to be busy or somewhere, whatever work has to happen is going to happen under the category of delay. So they shouldn't call you during this period, or you shouldn't answer. Now the question, like you said, what if they called me before at 44, correct time, and the conversation led, and at 53 minutes of the time, the question was asked. But the call was at 44, which is a safe time, which is Sagittarius time. And now the call is at Aquarius time. You can take this time period and create. It's fine. Because you know the purpose of the call was not to say hello and hi. The purpose of the call was wristwatch analysis. Make sense?
Yep.
So this is the reason we are going to take this time. So purpose of the call is to be seen. It's not like, oh, okay, Marianne, you have done astrology. Right, nice. Then answer my question. It's just pre-prepared. It's not pre-prepared. It just suddenly came in the brain that you told, oh, you know, I'm learning Vedic astrology right now through wristwatch analysis. Oh, really? Okay, what happens in that? And then you're explaining, and then they tell you, I have a question. No, that's a different scenario, because they never knew about it from first. The aim of the call was only to greet you, to find how you are. But when the aim of the call is to ask a help or a question, that time frame needs to be recorded at first point. Okay? Lovely.
I think wouldn't be
Now,
the best when we, let's say, wanna receive the call, or let's say the question, not the call, the question. Somebody need the help with something. Wouldn't be better email or text message, because it's exact time basically, and they can explain the question, and we can
that is lovely.
and we can call them back or send them
That is
back
excellent.
email, because there's
Yes,
wasting,
yes.
because let's say you are doing it and you can do it quick because you
Correct.
already know details.
Yes,
Let's say
yes,
if
yes.
take us more time to do, because let's say
100%.
I think it's better
100%.
just to
You
receive. I
can
can
do
sit
that.
down.
And of course, I will also guide you on one more thing in this case, that what happens is usually you will take your own time to perform it and do it. That is the first important thing, as you have said, that is the perfect thing. But what also happens that people who are very closely associated with you and they have a quick number and they need a quick help. So in that case, you might have to do this situation, you know,
Yep.
like among us in the class, somebody called you very quick. So you have to be answering them on the phone. Clients, you can deal with them through text messages because you will have the exact time frame and rules and regulations mentioned
Yeah, but
also.
you answering on the phone, you can tell them like, okay, give me the question, you write down the time and tell them I
Yes,
call you back
yes,
when it's ready, let's
correct,
say in 10-15 minutes or
correct,
whatever. Because you
correct,
have to check
correct,
the charts anyway and you
correct,
write it on the
correct.
paper.
That is 100%. That 100% you have to do. You don't have to keep them on the call with you.
Yeah.
That even I don't keep anybody on the call. We check, we deal, and we deal. Like last week, I had a consultation. Okay, in that consultation, she wanted me to check for herself and for her husband. I told her, okay, fine. Through my other modalities, we did what we had to do. But if I wanted to check if it's going to happen with soon or delay, I put those two questions into the system, and we have the recording available for the last class. So you see, and I shared the recording of the video to her. That see, the students have done these analysis. This is for you to watch. So you see, so she was waiting for a whole day and it was completely acceptable in that case. So you can perform the same thing perfectly safe. Be comfortable, be fine with whatever you feel is the best to you for you to go with. And that's how it should work. Right. Now, since we know the key was Lagna, Lagnesh, Moon, what is Karunesh? If you didn't find the four houses or the way of you wanted to predict what the question was associated from, then in that case, the question asked by the client directly is termed as Karunesh. So the daughter having issues is a question asked by the client. Is my shipment going to leave the country fast or slow? Will I be able to reach to that specific place in my life soon or later? All these are questions which are given by the client and we term it as Karunesh. And when we do our calculations, A or C or whatever, that is all done on the basis of Karunesh. Although right now my Karunesh question was associated with which house? Eighth house, right? I will still write here eighth house, 100%. Okay, it doesn't matter. So Lagna, what am I writing? Number 2, because Lagna is 2. Karunesh is what? Eighth house, but what zodiac is under eighth house?
Moon.
9. Because we are dealing with only zodiacs. Keep this in mind. The house is only helping you to join the question or to identify the question. It is not telling you the zodiac. So question of the Karunesh was associated with the eighth house. Eighth house, the number written in the eighth house is number 9. We ignore
9.
the planets which are present there. That doesn't make any difference, whether it's empty or it's present. Now, step by step, like maths, we decode. Number 2 means Taurus. Number 9 means Sagittarius. Correct? Okay. Again, write what? They are planets. Venus, Jupiter. Correct? Finish. This
Means
table needs to be used to perform VCE. Vision, conjunction, exchange. Take the easiest one, conjunction. Conjunction means your Lagna and Karunesh planets are sitting together in a single house. Is Venus and Jupiter sitting together in a house?
no.
No, Jupiter is in the 3rd house, Venus is in the 4th house. So conjunction, no. Out. Do you understand this one, Mr. Marian? Easy?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, look at exchange. Exchange means what? Exchange means I am Jupiter, you're Venus. Okay, Mr. Marian, I told you to come to my house and I came to your house. We exchanged our houses or our position, which means Venus should be sitting in a place where Jupiter is there. Jupiter is what number? 9. Is Venus sitting in number 9? No.
No.
Moon is sitting. And is Jupiter sitting in number 2? No. Number 2 is Mars sitting. So again, there is no exchange. Now people will ask me one more question, which we have discussed previously. Since Venus is responsible for 2 and 7 and Jupiter is responsible for 9 and 12, if I am, right now we are dealing with 2 and 9, but what if Jupiter was sitting in number 7 and Venus was sitting in number 9? Is it acceptable? Because Jupiter is sitting still in the Venus ruling zodiac. Not acceptable. Because it has to be the exact zodiac. It should be in 2. Even though 7 is ruled by Venus, we cannot put them there. It's like Marian has 2 houses, one in Slovakia and one in the US. I went to visit him in the US, but he called me in Slovakia. So that is wrong. I should only go to the place where he called me. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, and this one. And also keep in mind, when we do exchange, it has to be two-sided. What do I mean by two-sided? Both have to happen at the same time, which means Venus should have been in number 9 and Jupiter had to be in number 2. Both should happen and we should see. You cannot tell me if Venus is sitting in the Jupiter house, but Jupiter is not in the Venus house. Jupiter may be in 1, in 3, in 5, in 7. No, not allowed. This is only one-sided. Exchange should happen in both the sides. Means both should sit in opposite houses correctly.
What does that mean when they're sitting in opposite houses?
Which means that Venus should be sitting in number 9 here and Jupiter should be sitting in number 2 here.
What is the meaning of it then will be?
This means exchange.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if it's exchanged, what that means?
Okay, now I'll tell you what's happening. When we do plan A and the question, in the question we are looking at something will happen slow or delay, correct?
Yes.
If both the planets were sitting together, you directly get your answer. The work will happen fast. But there was no conjunction. So I looked at exchange. Is exchange happening in this case?
No.
Not happening. So again, we cannot say any answer. So the last option is to look at vision. Even if this one also didn't work, then I have to go to plan B. And the whole purpose of doing this calculation is to give the answer that the problem or the question that the client has asked, will it happen with slow or it will happen fast? That's all about it. And if it will happen slow, then what is the remedy you're going to provide?
Yeah, I have a plan B too. If anything doesn't work, I take a dice and I ask the question. Tell me the number 1 to 6, and if the number is there,
that
it will
dice
be
divination is different, but this is astrological because of the RKP exact time frame. That is the reason people will follow this more than compared to psychic also. So psychic wise, you're 100% correct. Now we are going to bring astrological dice in the dice divination course, which is coming next week. Okay, it is the free course, right? So in the dice divination free course next week that you're going to do, okay, yeah, and even that one you can add in your website. It's a quick course and easy course. So you can put dice divination also. It's the easiest
I just make it up. It's just like, let's play what I have with me. I just throw the dice and but the number fell. Okay, it will be fast. It's not. I don't need to do calculation.
But we have to do calculation. That is the reason, no? Astrology, numerology is very accurate compared to the psychic. That is the thing.
True.
Okay. So now you understand exchange. So it has to be both sided, which means Venus had to be here and Jupiter had to be here. If any one of them is here, not acceptable. It has to be two-sided. Okay? So, of course, there was no vision. Now no exchange. Now the last option is vision. Vision means aspect, drushti. What are my planets? Venus and Jupiter, correct?
Yes.
What did we know? How many steps, like snake and ladder, Venus can take? Only 7 steps. Back or forth? How many steps can Jupiter take? Who's going to help me with this now? Tell me. Miss Ashita, how many steps of a Jupiter can take?
5, 7, 9, sir.
5, 7, 9. Very good. 5 steps, 7 steps, or 9 steps. Jupiter, Saturn, and Mars are the only 3 planets who are allowed to take more than 3 steps, but only to this count, not more than that. So now again, what to do? And in this rule, Mr. Marian, what is happening in the vision rule? It is one-sided. When I say one-sided, what do I mean? What do I mean by one-sided? By one-sided, I mean, yeah. So by one-sided, I mean what over here? By one-sided, I mean that any one of them have to reach to the point. Let's look at Venus. How many steps Venus is allowed?
7.
7. Either back or forth. But where
Yeah.
to go to reach to Jupiter? Where is Venus right now? Here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. From the point Venus is written, we start counting from that point. Huh? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We didn't reach Jupiter. Backward? Of course not, because backward it's only 1 and 2 steps. And it cannot stop at 2 because it has to stop at 7. That is the rule.
No, you put you put 7 to 10 house, but it is 11.
No. See, from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You put 2
You
dots.
count.
No, you put 2 dots in the same
1,
house.
2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry. 5, 6, 7. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. But it's still not allowed.
Yeah.
It's not happening. And backward also 1, 2. We cannot take that. Correct? Can I take that? No. So Venus is out of the picture. But since we said what? We are allowed to take one-sided, right? So we don't need two-sided. So ignore Venus. Let's try all these things, which is also not going to work. Jupiter is here. Now Jupiter should reach Venus in these steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
There are
9.
next houses, so there is no reach. Yeah.
There is no reach. So I cannot do part A also. So because part A has no vision, no conjunction, no exchange. So everything rub.
Yeah.
So it's slow.
No. We cannot say because I have to use part B now. This was part A. So we never go to part B directly. Keep this in mind. We never go to part B directly. Because part B is super easy, easier than vision, conjunction, and exchange. But we are not allowed. We can only go to calculate part B if my part A was not successful as right now. What is part B? Write your 12 zodiacs. In which form? In your 3 forms. Movable, fixed, and dual zodiacs. What are your movable Rashis? Zodiac 1, 4, 7, 10. Your fixed are 2, 5, 8, 11. And then here all multiples of 3. If planets come and if zodiac comes under this category, your work will happen fast. In this category, slow. In this category, 50-50. Now what? How do I now solve this problem? Look at the numbers that came. 2 and 9. So 2 is here, 9 is here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
They are from 2 different sequences. They are not even. If it was 1 and 4, or it was 1 and 7, or it was 1 and 10, directly I will say the work will happen fast because it is from the
Quickly.
first sequence. If it was 2 and 5, 2 and 8, 2 and 11, I will say the work will go slow. If it was 3, 6, 3, 9, 3, 12, okay, then I would say 50-50. And right now also, since the number is 1 from here and 1 from here, or if it was 1 from here, 1 from here, or 1 from here and 1 from here, in any cases, we have to go under the category of 50-50. And when I say 50-50, your client will be, how, what are you saying? So this is the reason you have to do now the last question calculation, that is looking at the degree. And I remember you asked me the question, what is the range in the degree? So since we are dealing with 2 and 9 coming from two different sequences, this is the sequence of fixed and this is the sequence of dual, we will follow number 9. Now, what is the reason for me to follow number 9? Because number 9 was associated with the question, Karunesh. That's why I'm choosing 9. I will not choose 2. Who is number 9?
Jupiter.
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 In the AstroSage application, when you're looking at the planet, you will find Jupiter's degree.
Yeah.
What is the degree of the Jupiter, Miss Ashita?
11 degrees, 30 and 35 is written, sir. 11
It's
degrees.
written
and
11. Okay.
Yeah.
11:35. We know the rule, if
11:30.
anything is between 0 to 15.4 degree, the work will happen slow or it will take delay. And then from 15.5 degree to 30 degree, the work will happen fast. Right now, the degree of the Jupiter, your Karune's question is 11.35, which is what?
Delay.
Delay. So it will take time. Correct? Now, since this is going to take time to solve, or the problem of the issues in terms of stress, panic attack, it's not a fast process, it's a slow process. It's going to take time to get solved. We know this thing. What is the final option? This is my calculation. We did the calculation. Finish. Now the option is remedy. What remedy needs to be done in this case? But before I move to the remedy, Mr. Marian, did you understand this part?
Yeah, I understand it. Just can't remember yet all the steps.
Yeah. It's fine. Just you can watch this video because this video is again a whole summary of everything. Now you know that the work is slow. What is the remedy? Remedy you can do not only for this chart, but even if you had your original Kundli, original chart for you, your time of birth, your date of birth, original for you, every person has a problem in their life and it is because of the 8th and the 12th house. Always. Every individual on the earth. So my personal chart, your personal chart, life birth chart, everybody has issues because of 8th and 12th house, because they are the ones that causes major events in person's life. Major negative events, we can say. So what is the remedy for this client of mine for the problem of the panic attacks or issues that is happening with the child? We can say, go to the 8th house. What is the number in the 8th house? 9, correct?
Yep.
Okay. What is the number in the 12th house? 1. Here, correct? Now I'm going to go like maths, step by step. 9 means Sagittarius. 1 means Aries. The Lord of Sagittarius is Jupiter. The Lord of Aries is Mars. Correct? Now I'll go slow, step by step. Jupiter is written right now in which zodiac?
Jupiter, zodiac.
Correct? Under 4th zodiac. Correct? Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So Jupiter is written in number 4 under which is number Cancer. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mars is written in number 2, which is Taurus. Correct?
Okay.
This one, Mars under 2, which is Taurus. Now you only pay attention here. In the chart PDF, I have given you directions. What direction have I given you? The directions, Vastu directions of these planets. What are the Vastu directions of these planets which I have given to you? I have given you the Vastu directions of these planets, saying that, Vastu directions of these planets, that Cancer has a direction of NNE, north-northeast. Taurus has a direction of north of northwest, NNW. Sorry, not north of northwest.
West northwest.
West northwest.
That's
Yes.
not it.
West of northwest. Okay. What will I do? Who is my main planet? This. I have to remove all Jupiter items from north-northeast direction of the house. Yellow items. So I have to go and find the north-northeast corner of the whole house, specifically every room. Make sure that north-northeast, from that side, I'm removing all yellow color type items or any attributes or characteristics that is associated with my Jupiter as a planet. Okay. Now you know very well that Jupiter materials and everything we have learned where in detail. We have learned about Jupiter items as the second last slide of every planet. So yellow clothes, turmeric, yellow flower, gold, saffron, sweet, chana dal, all these things has to be removed from the north-northeast direction. Now we have to look at the 12th. All Mars items we have to remove from the west or northwest of the house. Now Mars items which we will say is what going to be red
color.
clothes, red flower, red lentils, coral, copper, dry dates. All these things we need to remove from the west of northwest direction. And soon this work is going to, now it is a slow task, but because of applying these remedies, things will happen quicker and better. Make sense? So
Yes, sir.
this planet where they are located, since they are sitting in that position, those directions we have to remove that associate, because those planets are considered it to be, sorry, Ms. Ashita, once, yeah, okay. What is happening is those planets who are sitting in these directions of those zodiac are causing this thing. So we can say person is very intelligent, but due to emotional imbalances that is taking place, that is Cancer, is creating a lot of problems in the brain. On the other hand, what is happening? Person is very smart, warrior, fighter, but since not able to control the anger and the Taurus are rigid, very rigidity into the self, that effect of a bull is coming into the category of Mars. And this is the reason it is creating more tensions and stories in there. And that is the way we can provide the remedies. And this remedy is not a lifetime remedy, a remedy till the work has been completed. Once you feel that the situations are coming better into balanced action, you can stop doing those remedies, because it is not a lifetime remedy. A lifetime remedy, you will remove the same birth chart of a client, and in that case, only a lifetime remedy needs to be associated. Because in the lifetime remedy, only what happens, we have to put the remedies forever, because we don't want any other problems to take place, irrespective of what is happening. Clear? So this is the way a wristwatch analysis actually works.